You did not need it. You knew you did not need it. And you bought it anyway. Maybe it was something small. A thing you saw on your phone at midnight. A deal that felt too good to ignore. Maybe it was something bigger. Something you told yourself you deserved. Something that was going to change things. And for a moment, maybe it did. That brief rush of excitement when the package arrives. That small hit of something that feels like happiness, and then it fades. And you are already looking at the next thing. This is not a character flaw. This is not weakness or stupidity or a lack of self-control. What is happening inside you when you cannot stop buying things you do not need is one of the most sophisticated psychological hijacks in human history. And the people who designed it know exactly what they are doing. Your brain has a reward system. It is ancient. It was built hundreds of thousands of years ago to motivate you to find food, find shelter, find connection. Every time you pursued something your survival depended on, your brain released dopamine. Not when you got it. When you were chasing it, the pursuit itself was the reward. Neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky at Stanford University spent decades mapping this system. What he found was that dopamine spikes highest in the moment of anticipation, not acquisition. The wanting feels better than the having. Your brain was designed to keep you searching, keep you hungry, keep you moving toward the next thing. For most of human history, that was a feature. It kept you alive. But something changed. Around the middle of the 20th century, a man named Edward Bernays, the nephew of Sigmund Freud, began applying the principles of psychology to the emerging world of mass advertising. He understood something that no advertiser had understood before. People do not buy things because they need them. They buy things because of how those things make them feel about themselves. He did not sell products. He sold identities. He sold the feeling of being someone. And the entire modern consumer economy was built on that insight. Fast forward to today. Every app, every website, every online store you visit has been engineered by teams of behavioral psychologists and neuroscientists whose entire job is to keep your dopamine system in a permanent state of arousal. Infinite scroll. One-click purchase. Limited time offer. Only 3 left in stock. These are not accidents. They are precision instruments designed to bypass your rational mind and speak directly to the ancient reward circuitry running underneath it. Psychologist Sherry Turkle at MIT found that digital shopping activates the same neural pathways as gambling. The uncertainty of whether the thing will arrive, whether it will be as good as the picture, whether it will make you feel the way you imagined, keeps the dopamine flowing in exactly the same way a slot machine does. You are not shopping, you are pulling a lever. And then there is what psychologist Tim Kasser at Knox College spent years studying. He found that people who strongly equate buying things with happiness consistently report lower levels of well-being, higher levels of anxiety, and deeper feelings of emptiness than people who do not. The more you buy to feel better, the worse you feel. And the worse you feel, the more you buy. It is not a shopping habit. It is a loop. But here is the part that changes everything. The thing you are actually looking for when you buy something you do not need is never the thing itself. Research by psychologist Leif Van Boven at the University of Colorado found that people consistently overestimate how much happiness a purchased object will bring them and underestimate how quickly that happiness will fade. What people are actually searching for underneath the purchase is a feeling of control, a sense of agency, a moment of choosing something in a life that often feels like it is choosing for them. Your ancient brain does not know the difference between hunting for food on the savannah and hunting for a deal at 2 in the morning. Both feel like pursuing something that matters. Both feel like survival. So what do you do with a system this old and this powerful? You do not fight it with willpower. Willpower is a conscious resource. The system you are fighting against is not conscious. It is older and faster and stronger than any act of conscious resistance you can muster. What you do instead is change what you hunt. Research consistently shows that the dopamine hit from pursuing an experience, a skill, a relationship, a creative project lasts longer and leaves less emptiness than the hit from purchasing an object. The brain's reward system does not care what you are chasing, it just needs you to be chasing something real. You were not built to be a consumer. You were built to be a pursuer of meaning, of mastery, of connection,